We are fast approaching the release of FIFA 22. We are now just over 1 month away from playing the game. So in today's video, we are going to be going over the key dates which you need to know. These key dates will include the release of the game, which is pretty basic, but we'll also go in depth of key dates for you to place different types of investments. And hopefully those investments will equal you to be making loads of coins by the release of FIFA 22. Before I do get into the video, if you enjoy the content here and want to see a bit more from me, then make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. We are uploading FIFA 22 videos every single week, giving you the latest news and updates. But when FIFA 22 does finally release late September, beginning of October, we'll be giving you the latest tips and tutorials. So if you do want to see all of that, then make sure you are following the channel. Getting back into the video, we'll be talking about key dates for FUT 22. This includes major releases, but will also include big days when it comes to trading. Some of the dates included within this video are educated guesses. We've used previous years to try and figure out what EA likes to do when it comes to scheduling. But a lot of the dates have already been confirmed, so this makes things a lot easier. The first thing to talk about is the FIFA web app. The web app plays a vital role when it comes to the release of a new FIFA. Normally what happens is a new web app gets pushed live just before EA Play and just before the release of the new FIFA, giving players access to their Ultimate Team even before the game is officially released. But before the new FIFA 22 web app is released, EA needs to remove the FIFA 21 web app, and this is likely to happen the week before. Looking at the previous years, the FIFA 19 web app went offline on the 13th of September 2019, with the FIFA 20 web app being pushed on the 18th of September 2019, so just 5 days later. The FIFA 20 web app went offline on the 25th of September 2020, and the FIFA 21 web app was pushed on the 1st of October 2020, so 6 days after. So far, EA haven't announced a release for the web app, so this is where it comes down to some educated guesses. It's likely that you'll have access to the FIFA 22 web app on the exact same day as EA Play, being the 22nd of September, or it's going to happen one day before on the 21st. And as it will take 5 to 6 days for them to remove the FIFA 21 web app and push the FIFA 22 web app, it means that the FIFA 21 web app is likely to go offline on the 16th or 17th of September. After the web app is released, or on the exact same day, depending whether or not it's the 21st or 22nd, you will also have EA Play. EA Play has already been confirmed. You'll be able to get 10 hours of early access from the 22nd of September, and this can be played at any point. If you really want to, you could do all 10 hours within just one sitting, or you can break it up, which is what I'm going to do, where I'll be doing 2 hours per day all the way up to the release of the Ultimate Edition. It's also likely on this day that we'll get the first Team of the Week. Team of the Week gets released every Wednesday, and it has been this way since the beginning. This is another thing that is unlikely for EA to change, as it just works with their scheduling. Now, I can't tell you exactly who's going to be getting a Team of the Week because it's impossible. There's no way that I can predict the future here, but I can tell you that there will be some good investment deals to be made as soon as the Team of the Week is released. The low-rated, cheap inform cards will go anywhere between 10k all the way up to 30k. This is because there's no SBCs available requiring informs to make them go up in price. There's also a limited amount of coins on the market as everyone has only just started, and there's also a limited amount of players. But as time goes on, there will be SBCs that get released which require different types of informed players. This is where demand will go up, and so will the price of these different Team of the Weeks. This is very easy to tell. We can go onto Futbin and we can look at any of the previous FIFAs. What normally happens is as soon as the Team of the Week is released, these players are at their highest point, but they'll slowly start to go down throughout the week, and once they're taken away from being in that Team of the Week and a new Team of the Week is released, that's when they'll gradually start to increase in value. Using what we know from previous FIFAs, you can now use that in your advantage to try and make some coins and invest in some good players. What's also likely to happen on the 22nd is you'll have access to squad battles, but this week is unlike any other week that you'll have throughout FIFA 22. It should be available from the moment EA Play is released, but as early access is on Wednesday, it won't be the full week of squad battles, Plus, we also have to bear in mind that players do only have 10 hours to go through content. Normally, squad battles reset every Monday, and we're assuming EA will not change this for FIFA 22. So we're guessing that squad battle matches will be available the second you have early access. But this does mean that you only have 4 days until the rewards are handed out and this event is completely reset. If this happens, this is the easiest week in which you can go through squad battles. The points required for you to move through the ranks will be considerably lower compared to any other week throughout the year. So if you are a player looking to get EA Play, and when the 22nd does roll round, if you start to play some online games and you're struggling to compete against the other players, don't hesitate to go into squad battles because it can be paying out very well for the first week when it comes to the rewards. Moving from the 22nd, we go over to the 23rd. This is when it's likely that we'll get the FIFA 22 companion app. This is very similar to what we have with the web app, but the web app is accessible for you going onto your desktop, laptop, or whatever else, whereas the companion app will allow you to access your Ultimate Team through your mobile phone on the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store. Also on the 23rd, it's likely that we'll get our first marquee matchups. The day after release of the 10 hours early access is likely that we'll get our first marquee matchups. If it's not this day, it will be the following week on the 30th of September. From the moment you start playing FIFA 22, there will already be SBCs available. These will be your league and nation basics. Let's move forward, let's keep going. Silver upgrades, gold upgrades, hybrid leagues, league and nation hybrid, and hybrid nations. These have always been available in previous FIFAs, and it's likely that they'll still be available in FIFA 22. But the marquee matchups are timed exclusives. They're only available for 1 week, but it's whether or not the first marquee matchups will release on the 23rd of September or it'll release on the following week on the 30th of September. Our money is going to be on the 23rd. Moving forward a couple of days, we land on the 26th of September. This is where you want to get your initial lot of investments. From the moment you have access to the FIFA 22 market, players' prices will gradually go up over time. But on the 26th, this is your last chance to get some good players into your club, being high rated or special cards, which can benefit from the following day, which is when the Ultimate Edition will release. The Ultimate Edition arrives on the 27th of September. This will bring in a huge amount of players that didn't have access to the web app and didn't have access to EA Play. These players will be logging in for the first time. They will see their starter squads, they'll play a few matches, bring in some more coins into the market, and they'll also use FIFA points to buy packs, bringing even more coins onto the market. These types of players are going to be rushing trying to build the best possible team, as they have only just received the game and they want to perform the best when going through division rivals. This demand and the amount of coins that are bringing to the game will push desirable players up in value. So if you manage to buy them on the 26th, hopefully you'll be able to sell some of those players on the 27th, where you can bring some more coins into your account. If you miss this day, it's not to worry, because the good thing is that a few days after this, we have the standard edition release on the 1st of October. And this is where we can go for it all over again. The only difference now is players are going to be at a slightly higher price. You'll want to get your investments done before the 30th of September, so that on the following day, when the standard edition is released, when all of those new players start playing the game, your investments will go up in price. For whatever reason, if you do miss the chance or you forget to take advantage of the Ultimate Edition release, make sure that you are trying to invest for the Standard Edition, because the Standard Edition is where the most amount of players will be joining into the game. This is where you'll see the biggest increase in player prices. The next big thing to note down is the first major promo event. This is the One to Watch promo. This promo will be released on the first week. Normally it lands on a Friday, and as the 1st of October is the Friday, which is when the standard edition releases, we're expecting the first One to Watch promo to be releasing on the exact same day. But if we are wrong on having the exact day, it should still happen within that first week. Normally there's 2 different teams, as well as there'll be some players added to SBCs. The first team and 3 SBCs should be released within the first week, whereas the second team and the other 3 SBCs should be released in the second week. Once these 2 weeks are up, we move on to our final event for this video, and this is the first weekend league, and we're expecting this to arrive on the 15th of October. EA normally gives you time to qualify for the first weekend league, so it won't start immediately on the exact same day as when the standard edition is released. They want to make sure that it's accessible for as many players as possible, and they also want to make sure that players have enough time to qualify and don't get stressed out about having to qualify and then also go into the weekend league all in the exact same week. So they normally give you 2 weeks to do this. For those of you that do get the Ultimate Edition and for those of you that get 10 hours early access, you can start the qualification process the second you started playing. You'll need to go through division rivals to build up qualification points, and then you can also go through the playoffs. But the weekend league won't take place until all editions have been released, and on top of that, there's enough time for those that have got the standard edition for them to actually prepare and qualify. So this is how we came up with the date of it being the 15th of October. But anyway guys, those are the key dates for FIFA 22. Some of these have been confirmed, others have been educated guesses. But this should give you a rough idea of what to expect, and as we do get closer to the release of FIFA 22, EA will confirm all the details. If you do have any questions about anything, then make sure you leave them in the comment section down below. But anyway guys, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But for now, I'm going to see ya.